take a minute this morning to share some ideas, some thoughts on the natural disaster in Oklahoma. People have been asking me this morning, we asked the same questions about where was God? If God's all powerful, why didn't he stop it? Didn't God know there was a school there? We're stuck with these questions. We've inherited these questions because we've inherited certain assumptions that superstitious people passed on to us. The Jewish creation story starts with God placing a man and a woman in a garden. And those two beings being God's full and actually only expression on this earth. And they are not put in a perfect place, because you don't have to take care of a perfect place, and they're commanded to take care of a perfect place. So it's not perfect. It needs attention. It's a wild place. This earth, this planet, our galaxy, it's a wild place. And so, is God in control of everything? No. God made a wild place. And because if God was in control, then he's being very apathetic about these kind of natural disasters. And I can't serve a God who's apathetic. And so therefore, we have to realize we're asking the wrong questions. What is happening is exactly the response. I just was reading something about they discovered a dog in the rubble. You see, and you begin to see these expressions of love as we attempt to tame a wild place. This earth is a wild place. And as Americans, we understand that, don't we? We came to a wild place, a beautiful place, but a wild place. The earth, indeed the universe, at a small level and a large level, has a wonderful order and a wonderful unpredictability. That's the way it was designed. And I am reminded of the phrase that Jesus said, "Have ye not heard that ye are gods, little gods?" Where is God in all this? God is not micromanaging anything. It's us. How do we respond as we live in this wild place? And when things happen, it is the love of God that through us, and not only that, but our capacity to tame as best we can the wild place. And isn't that what we're learning right now? Sometimes we're not doing a very good job, and we're actually abusing the wild place. And we need to learn that balance. And so some of the things that are occurring have to do with us not managing the wild place very well. But we're making progress. The day will come when 100 years from now, people will look back and we will understand more scientifically. But the idea that God is in control and just kind of passively not involved, the wild place is God's contribution. Other than a few recorded events in holy books of miracles where things are done contrary to nature, we don't see this. We don't see this occur. So we can only conclude empirically that God is not in control in that way. And we have to give up that idea that God is in control that way. It is those placed in the wild place, it is our responsibility to care for the wild place and to care and to love each other. And in that, we get a sense of that spirit which is behind all things. We get an idea that it's not about perfection, but it's about managing the wild place. And when the wild place gets out of control, we come and we love each other and we help each other and we put the needs of others first, which is a very, it's an attention to weakness in a wild place, that Christ spirit, where when something does happen, it usually affects the weak first. And this is God's part in this, is through us caring for the weak, as we also learn to manage the wild places. And so the question, where is God and where was God and all, those are all the wrong questions. Those might have been questions people asked in the Bronze Age, and where they attributed every act of nature to God, but we know better than that. And we need to stop asking those questions. And we need to ask ourselves, how do we better manage the wild place? And then how do we care for each other when things get out of hand and out of control? And they do. Because the earth is managing itself too. This ecosystem, the way it was designed. Something happens here, something happens here. It's a give and take. It's a yin and a yang. This is just the way it was made. So we stop looking for excuses. We stop looking to a God to blame or some people to blame, then God's punishing. We abandon those ideas. It's about time they were abandoned. And we begin to care for each other and care and manage the wild place for the benefit of all as we move forward. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this at this time. So, do we pray to God right now? No, but I would pray for those people, because I do believe that you can send your love tangibly through something to the Red Cross, but also I believe in the Spirit we can send our love, project our love places. Anybody could write a letter, a note, whatever you feel led to do as the descendants, metaphorically, of Adam and Eve, as we seek to love each other and manage this wild place that we live in. God bless you, and I bless you, and have a good day.